Hope everyone's okay and doing alright. Just a quick video really. Just an update on the Roco Vectron motor fail class 192 model, and did a video probably a month ago or so, I think it was, on the failure of the motor. Anyway, I contacted Model Shop Bhan Lippe and said, is it possible you can send a new motor out? They didn't want to do it, they wanted me to send the model back. I didn't want to do that because it's a load of messing around. It takes ages, it's a load of extra post charges, even though I'd probably get reimbursed. So if you send the motor out, it'll be a lot easier because it's just one way post. I can fit it myself, no problem. Don't mind doing it, it's not a problem. So on the request of doing that, after about a week, they said, yeah, we'll send the new motor out, we'll order one from Roco in Austria. That'll go to the shop in Model Bhan Lippe in Germany, then they'll send it out. And a couple of weeks later, probably about 2 weeks later, I sent out a new motor and it arrived today via FedEx Express delivery. So I've not had to pay anything for shipping. Obviously went through customs alright. And I've got a free motor, which is great, including the flywheels and shaft connectors inside. So I'm going to fit that. But in the meantime, I ordered a cordless motor from a shop called Peter Spares on eBay, and that was on back order. And I just contacted him and I said, look, is it possible I can cancel that order? Because I've got a new motor sent out free from Roco. And he said, yeah, no problem. But he said the motor that I ordered, the cordless motor, it got lost. It's been lost in customs apparently. So his order has gone missing, so they've had to do another order, which is it's just all the craziness of customs and importing, exporting. It's just a right mess. But anyway, at the end of the day, I've got a new motor, which I'm going to fit in a minute. It should be easy enough. I've got the original motor in there, so took the sound chip out, and that's it. Just thought I'd just mention that. Anyway, I'm going to install this now. Right, so anyway, let's get this apart. I've took it apart quite a few times now, so it should be fairly easy to get the motor out now. I'll just pick a screwdriver, take the motor out of the way. So all it is one, two. And by the way, I fixed the TGV as well, that I shown on the last video. That's all fully working perfectly now. So I've just got the Weissman Roble to do next, and I've also got another loco on the way as well, which will turn up tomorrow. So there we go. So that's 4 screws out. We need to undo these little front plates here. Take them off. 1, 2. Now this enables the flexibility on the cables, so you can pull off. Put them aside. So we can pull off PCB. There we go, like that. So what we need to do next is carefully manipulate these wires out of the lower plates, positioning plates, carefully. Right, there's one positioning plate, and there is another positioning plate at this end, which houses the speakers. We really need that out of the way really for it to actually, there we go. So now you can see the motor is easy enough to get out now. We've got the 2 speakers there. It's a really nice model actually, the way it's been done. So I need to straighten that up. In fact, I need to move the body. I need to put that there, turn around the base tray, like that. Turn the model round again to about there, and then we've got this top section pulls out, then the springs all drop out the motor, the contact springs, and then we just pull that out carefully. It just comes out like that, really easy, but getting it back in is a bit of a tricky one because you've got these rubber shims. The rubber shims I've got to go back in perfectly, otherwise it won't line up right. And then of course we've got these little springs. There's a small spring and a big spring, so we've got to get them out as well, make sure we don't lose them. There's a big spring. Big spring there, so I've got the drive shafts. I think the drive shafts, actually no. They're both the same length then, so it don't matter which way they go. So there's the old motor, which has got the fault. So take out the knee motor, making sure not to get them mixed up. Let's have a look. There we go, new motor. See whether this works. Hopefully it will. I'm wondering if it's a different make. It's got different markings on it. Yeah, there's different markings on the motor. Different batch or different make, I don't know. Anyway, that's a new motor that's ready to go in. And I think I'm going to have to manipulate that red wire out of the side there. That's it. That's all good. That's nice. And then just got to make sure we get this motor in correctly. So when that plate goes on, you've got the long spring goes here, short spring on the top, and that goes onto there. The mounting plate goes on. Right, this is extremely difficult to do. But what you do, you connect the motor, you push the motor in, line up the drive shafts, and then you drop down the shims, these little rubber things. Drop them down carefully line them up, and it is quite tricky to do this bit. Right, so the plastic rubber shims are in there, and it's got to be mounted near enough perfect that holds it true and isolates the motor. Just give it a quick test by turning the drive shafts. Everything seems to be okay, and then we put the locking plate on. The locking plate holds it in position. Then we get the long spring, goes in the lower area there. Well, it depends on which way you've got the model, and the small spring goes on the top. Then we put these locking plates back on for the wiring system. These only go in a certain way, so yeah, put them in. They're nice and locked in position. Speakers are there. Everything looks good. So now, then we can actually position the plate back on the PCB and lower that into position. Put 4 screws on. There we go, everything's all put back together now. All the wires been put back, the decoder, everything's all nice and tidy. Everything's been double checked. I ran some tests on it. Put it back on the layout and see if we can get it going. But 100% sure this is going to be fine now, so put the cab back on. See if I can get this cab on now to go on nicely. And let's have a check. That's good. I think cab 1 has got the driver in it. Turn that around. Cab 1's got the driver in there. See the driver? Let's put that in there and then just line it up. And there we go. That goes on nice. Beautiful. That's all back as it should be, and it'll run perfect. Beautiful model. So yeah, that's a good job done, that.